Are you a cracked pot? I'm not talking about a jokester here. I'm asking you if you feel flawed in some area. There are parts of our lives and in ourselves that we can fix, like character defects. For instance, when we feel certain kinds of disturbances like envy, jealousy, self-pity, or hurt pride. In all these situations, we need a good dose of self-control. Then sort out what is involved. Be willing to admit when the fault is ours, and an equal willingness to forgive when the fault is elsewhere. Then there are those areas of imperfections that we cannot correct. Those are the ones that most often give us trouble. We may see ourselves as inferior to others who have what we are missing. I have no idea where this story came from. It's not my own. I love stories that have an illustration attached to them. That's what causes me to remember them. Stories like these always leave me with a picture and feeling better about the people I meet on a daily basis. It reminds me that there are no imperfections with God. He knows what He's doing. He has made us all according to His own specifications, and our fingerprints are one of a kind. I hope this story is an eye-opener to your uniqueness. A water bearer had 2 large pots. One hung on each end of a pole, which he carried across his neck. One of the pots had a crack in it. The other pot was perfect and always delivered a full portion of water at the end of the long walk from the stream to the master's house. The cracked pot arrived only half full. For a full 2 years this went on daily, with the bearer delivering only 1.5 pots full of water to the master's house. Of course, the perfect pot was proud of his accomplishments, but the poor cracked pot was ashamed of its own imperfections and miserable that he was only able to accomplish half of what it had been made for. After 2 years of what it perceived to be a bitter failure, it spoke to the water bearer one day by the stream. "I'm ashamed of myself, and I want to apologize to you." "Why?" asked the water bearer. "What are you ashamed of?" "I have been able for these past 2 years to deliver only half my load, because this crack in my side causes water to leak out all the way back to the master's house. Because of my flaws, you have to do all of this work, and you don't get full value for your efforts," said the pot. The water bearer felt sorry for the cracked pot, and in his compassion he said, "As we return to the master's house, I want you to notice the beautiful flowers along the path." Indeed, as they went up the hill, the old cracked pot took notice of the sun warming the beautiful wild flowers on the side of the path, and this cheered it some. But at the end of the trail, it still felt bad, because it had leaked out half its load, and so again it apologized to the bearer for its failure. The bearer said to the pot, "Did you notice that there were only flowers on your side of the path, but not on the other pot's side? That's because I have always known about your flaw, and I took advantage of it. I planted flower seeds on your side of the path, and every day while we walked back from the stream, you've watered them. For 2 years, I have been able to pick these beautiful flowers to decorate the master's table. Without you being just the way you are, he would have not had this beauty to grace his house." Each of us has our own unique flaws. We are all crackpots, but if we allow it, the Lord will use our flaws to grace His Father's table. In God's great economy, nothing goes to waste. This is Lynda Lewis reminding you not to be afraid of your flaws, acknowledge them, and allow God to take advantage of them, and you, too, can be the cause of beauty in His pathway.